This is Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma, updated every new and full moon with guidance based on planetary transits in the current sky and extra support from tarot. For accuracy, take a look at your rising sign first if you know it, and do feel free to listen to your sun, moon and rising if you'd like the full picture. If you're interested in your birth chart, check out the readings page at umaruby.com, and if you'd like to support the work, head over to buymeacoffee.com/umaruby and you can buy me a coffee. Finally, if you're a visual learner, look up Uma Ruby Tarot on YouTube and you can watch and learn. Okay, let's take a look. Hello Aquarius and Aquarius rising, welcome to your horoscope for the new moon in Libra happening on September the 26th at 7:54 a.m. if you're in the southern hemisphere with me. So as far as that lovely dark night of manifestation, let's look to the 25th of September to do that, to do our spell work. Now, Libra is all about equilibrium, isn't it? It's all about balance, justice, beauty, all of those sorts of things. But really, I think that if we think about the union of polarity, that might be a really lovely way to consider Libra. Polarity is 2 points of opposition, two disparate energies. Libra is all about connecting them or coming to realize that polarity is always connected by the undergrowth, by that you, and finding the importance of the two disparate energies coming into balance in order to fully express themselves. Now that might seem a little esoteric, and that's because it is. It's from the esoteric school of astrology, which I am an avid student of, and which does inform a lot of my readings. So in that way, the idea of Libra ruling your 9th house of astrology and philosophy and mind expansion, spiritual teaching, there might be some clues in there. If this kind of learning was something that you were really investigating and investing in, then I would encourage you to look at the work of William Meader. I'd encourage you to look at the work of Heidi Rose Robbins, and Ruth Haddocken as well as another author of great input. That's just by the by. I think I'm speaking sort of academically because this is where Libra lays for you, Aquarius. It is in the 9th house. So at a new moon, this is the time to start perhaps calling in a teacher, perhaps calling in a new line of study, and perhaps calling in the next journey, the next pathway to your education and your mind expansion. Now, there's some interesting energy going on here in this lunation. I want to draw our attention specifically to Mercury. So we know that Mercury at the last lunation, the full moon in Pisces, Mercury also stationed retrograde, which means from our perspective, it looks like a retreat. It looks like a going back over the signs. So leaving Libra and re-entering Virgo at this lunation. Mercury retrograde periods are a wonderful time of revision. So in that way, and particularly because Mercury does rule Virgo, you know, it's the planet of messages. Virgo is the sign that has the portal open enough to receive the messages from spirit land and then to practicalize them, to bring them out into physical form and to apply them to the physical life here. So for Aquarius, it's almost in some ways, I would like to think that the messages are often coming from you. I firmly believe that Aquarian souls are from another planet. Well, I mean, the question is put to you, Aquarius. What do you believe? And is that the case for all of us? Or I say that because the star card in the tarot does represent Aquarian energy. And in a certain way of looking at that card, it really is an alien sent to Earth in order to move the water of humanity, the water of life. You know, there's lessons in the Aquarian soul, in the Aquarian understanding of life and existence that we can all really benefit from. And I think as we enter the age of Aquarius, which is a complex concept, but probably good for your ninth house to investigate, seeing as how this sign rings so personally for you. But as we move away from the age of Pisces for the last 2000 X years into the age of Aquarius, the age of greater understanding of humanity and connectivity, I think that it would be really great for you to explore your homeland. Librans, what am I trying to say here? It's perfect for Libra to exist in your ninth house, I really think, because Aquarians in that way are very humanitarian. There is a sense of trying to attain balance and equality for everyone in your soul's purpose. So I think that at this new moon, it would be a really great chance and opportunity for you to ask for the teacher, ask for the next phase of your education on your spiritual quest. And to, at this lunation, also work with that energy of Mercury, which has left Libra and has entered back into Virgo. So back into your 8th house of rebirth. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Aquarius, but I really feel the ascension. I really feel it quite strongly and naturally and effortlessly and beautifully. Effortlessly is the wrong word, but I think in terms of lightness is why I say effortlessness. I know full well that this has been a supreme challenge for you, Aquarius, and you've really come to task and you've really entered this space with such clarity and such beauty. And now would be a wonderful time to start actively preparing and actively expanding your mind and your spiritual language. Now, I pulled some tarot cards in the introduction of this video, and I'm looking at them, and they are singing back to me a lovely story of this. So I feel that there is someone in your energy that is a brilliant teacher, a brilliant mind. The Queen of Swords is of supreme intelligence, with definitely a groundedness and an earthiness. The power of the mind that the Queen of Swords holds is insurmountable. She is truly a master of intelligence. And I see that in your quest for higher understanding, represented here by justice, which is the Libran energy of the major arcana, I see you at the precipice, at the very beginning point, about to tip over into an extreme load of work, some beautiful repetition, some beautiful diligence of study and of practice and of mastery. I think that we have the Hanged One again visiting us, which was the Pisces full moon, which was 2 weeks ago, the last time that you and I spoke. And I wonder what happened there for you, Aquarius. I wonder what was cropping up at that incredibly intense lunation. I don't know about you, but mountains moved for me in my experience and my concept of reality. They really shifted, and the messages were really direct, and the results came free-flowing in a beautiful tidal wave of clarity. There were many questions that I had at this last full moon that were answered almost at exactitude. So what happened for you at that full moon, and what does this state, what does this Piscean state of enlightenment through bondage, through stillness, look like for you, and what is it going to inspire in you to learn more of? The ninth house is, in some ways, it can be a house of travel as well, you know, in that sense of mind expansion, of growth. So what do you wish to call into your current physical and spiritual awareness that will help you through and help you move and start to grow, and also to really find that connecting point between polarity, between light and shadow is the same thing. It's just a matter of how it's connected. There are many polarities that we could talk about, many seemingly opposite facts, but I think that's part of expansion and ascension, is really coming to terms with the idea that everything is related and everything has an essence of oneness. Now that sounds hugely New Age and hugely purple dolphin. So I might ease up a little bit on that language, Aquarius, although I am speaking directly to you and this is your world. I would suspect this is the terrain that you like to travel and you like to move through. So the ninth house for an Aquarian is tasty. It's delicious. It's a real space of anticipation, I think, in a lot of ways. So prepare to work really hard, I would suggest, Aquarius. Prepare to work really hard and to learn new things. I think that's the best teachers are always learning, perpetually learning. I think we use words like mastery and we use words like expertise. And in some ways they feel like, or they can sound like they have a finishing point, but that's linear time, isn't it? That's that straight line of past, present, future, end. We're throwing that out the window. We know it's all a cycle. So as you learn, you develop the faculty to share that information. And as you share that information, you pick up more. I think the portal might be really open for you, Aquarius, to start really expanding those horizons and that mind, that beautiful mind. Think about it this way as well. Jupiter, our lovely planet of optimism and expansion and enthusiasm, is forming a direct opposition with this lunation in Aries. So when Jupiter opposes, Jupiter has open arms. Jupiter shines the light of love on this possibility. So in a lot of ways, I would suspect that this lunation is supercharged with Jupiter's energy of optimism. So I wonder what's going to happen for you, Aquarius. I wonder where your mind is going with this. Please don't feel restricted by the language. I don't mean to say that you need to develop a thorough understanding of reading the tarot or of astrological language. You know, this is sort of, apply it to what sits for you. Apply it to where you wish to find teachers, where you wish to learn, what you wish to absorb as far as philosophy goes. I mean, there's many endless routes, many roads. They all lead to, well, the old saying was Rome, but you know, we know all about Rome and what they owe us. I think that's all I have to say, Aquarius. Yeah, I think that's it. Jupiter's in the third house for you, so that's the house of communication and localized environment. So yeah, there's a great opportunity and opportunity to expand that is coming from your localized environment in order to reach the loftier aspirations of the ninth house, maybe. Yeah, that's it. If you would like your birth chart read, do head over to umaruby.com. I have had such a beautiful week of reading for others and back to back, so I've really had to discipline myself. And the recurring themes, the similarities between a lot of people's experiences is really breathtaking. I would imagine that if you are wanting to learn about your rising sign and the importance of that position, that marker on the birth chart in terms of esoteric astrology and potentially your soul purpose, then I would book the spirit reading. It seems to be the most popular and it seems to be the one that is really charging ahead with a lot of enlightened messages that are coming from my study, but also from the folks that I'm reading for too. There's some unearthing and unburying that the High Priestess is doing, and it's remarkable to behold. Okay, until I speak to you in 2 weeks at the full moon in Aries, I love you very much, Aquarius. Dream big. Dream big. Ask for it at this lunation, and you will probably, undoubtedly, receive. Take care.